So let's cover grading for the road. So road's unique in that you may go out as you're going out on your drive, you may lose some connectivity to the internet, right? So even if you have a good cell plan, you might go through some dead spots. So the software is designed to handle that. So let's walk through that specifically. Um, what's the most important is that you make sure you create your evaluations before you ever lose connectivity. So you need to do this at the start while you're at least connected to Wi-Fi or to cell service, and then it will work just fine. And we'll show you that. So let's go ahead again and choose our location, and then we're going to choose road, and then let's say you're taking three guys out there with you, or let's say just two guys are going out with you today. And so let's choose these two guys. We'll go ahead and choose, we just have Class A road available, obviously, here. And then if you do track the trucks that you're using, then that will be there. We'll go ahead and choose this truck to use, and then go ahead and create evaluations. Okay, so now you have both of these students here ready to be graded. At this point, you could go offline. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so you can see what happens here. And okay, so we just lost a cell service, and you can see right here that we're offline, and that's okay because you can go ahead and still grade your students. But let me tell you a couple things that are not available to you while you're offline. One of these is comment. So you'll see that, but you'll see that if you try to add a comment, it'll tell you you're offline. Usually, if you go offline, you're offline for just a minute, right? Or you're offline for just a short time. So you'll just see this go away, and then you'll see it come up. If you have service, you don't have service. Anytime you're online, you can add a comment. And then the same is true for marking proficiency. So this is unavailable while you're offline. You'll see that if I say or try to choose that, you'd be unlikely to do that while you're out on the road anyway. So just save your comments and marking proficiency. If you are marking them proficient on this trip specifically, just save it until you're done, or at least until you're back online. So let's go ahead and mark a few of these. We'll go, need some more training, got a 3, got another 3, and so forth. These, of course, are going to be unique to your organization. So we're just showing you how to use this at this point. And let's go ahead and let's say that I'm rotating the students between doing those 4 things. I'll go ahead and save grades, go to the next student, and you'll notice I'm still offline, and I can still do these things. So I can go through these maneuvers, and then I can save them again, and then go back to the original student, and all of that information is there. And then, so let's say you just do those 2 things. Let's go ahead and go back online. So you're either in cell service again, or you're back by the office and there's Wi-Fi. Either one works fine, but we'll go ahead and reconnect, and you'll see that offline will disappear here in just a second. And then that will show us that we're back in range and we're still, back online. And so you can see that right there. And so you can add a comment just fine now, whatever the comment is about what they may have struggled with, or whatever you need to put in there that makes a difference for you to remember, or for the next instructor to read. And then you can also mark them proficient. Had they gone through and reached proficiency on everything, then you could mark them proficient because you're connected again to the internet. But before we submit the grades for today, we've got to make sure that we enter the time. And so let's say it was from 10 a.m. to noon that you were out there. And since you rotated between 2 guys, it would make sense for each one to have 60 minutes behind the wheel, but maybe one needed more time than the other. So just put the number of minutes that they were actually behind the wheel there. And then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and submit grades. And then you're done with that students for today. And then you could go back, and then of course you would go to the next student and do the same thing. Just go in, enter their grades, enter their time, and you'd be done with that road situation. So again, just to reiterate, make sure you create your evaluations while you're connected to the internet, whether it's over Wi-Fi or cellular, and then you can continue to grade as you need to, and then make sure, and then submit once you're back in coverage and have put your time in, and then you'll be all set.